So here comes the truck from the morning game drive.
The official photographer.
So here we are just outside the dining room, and there's a little pond area here. Really beautiful and relaxing. As you can see, you can sit under the trees there and just listen to the water. Very pretty. Actually, this is what I love about Leopard Mountain, is that there are a lot of private seating areas to sit, relax and enjoy. One evening we actually had a table set up for us here and we had a lovely dinner. So I'll just pan round to the right, and there you'll see the lodge. Every evening when it gets dark, they call it the bush taxi. They always walk you back to your room. So here we are. This is chalet number 2 over here. As you can see, they have a magnificent view. And there's the riverbed. And then our chalet is this one, number 3. And I will show you inside what that looks like. Okay, so here we are. This is the platform we walk up. This is room number 3, chalet number 3. And as you can see, the plunge pool has the most incredible view. Almost 180-degree view of the mountains and the bush, and down onto the riverbed. We have really enjoyed the plunge pool with the heat. It's been a lifesaver. Now, pan a bit. The riverbed's usually dry, they say, unless they have a lot of rain. Then sometimes it can flow for 3 days, but invariably it always dries up again. There's the deck. We love sitting out on our deck in the evenings, listening to the sounds. And this is the chalet. The bedroom. This is the shower. Bathroom, very well designed. You have mosquito net here, which is great. We have a little sitting area over here, which is lovely. In the evenings, they always bring sherry and some sweets in a jar. All the little touches that make the lodge so wonderful. You have your tea and coffee. And this is the bar fridge. which I have to admit is very good. Usually these beverages in these places are not very cold, but this one honestly is great. So there's the beverage, and they have the price list there. The drinks are the same as up at the lodge, and oops, one of the drinks fell over. But anyway, there you are, they stock it for you. If you have a preference where you want something else, then they will do that. So, the walls are stone, the thatch is wonderful. You're given a small cupboard, and inside the cupboard they do give you a safe. So let me just move that aside and I'll show you if you can see in here with Peter's shoes. But there's the safe. So you can put your passports and belongings and things in there, and that's great. And everything's safe. They are very, very comfortable, and the glass in front really shows off the view. The dressing table, you have a hairdryer, telephone, everything you need. The shower is sort of it splashes a lot, let's put it that way. So they give you towels to put on the floor, but you get a great shower head. It's one of those lovely big rain ones, and you just can't beat the view outside while you're showering. This is the toilet. The great photo of a rhino there. So there we go, just, yeah. So that's our room. Okay, so this is lunch, and it's very nice. Every day they bring you a picnic basket, and you get to choose what you would like to have. And in the basket they give you plates and serviettes and stuff, and you get to choose what you'd like to eat. So today we're having a hamburger. I asked for a sandwich, and there's always a chef's salad. So I'll just show you. This is what the menu is. You say what room, what time you want to have it, or if you want to have it up at the lodge, then you choose if you want beef, veggie burger, chef's salad, or write down what you like. I preferred a sandwich today. And then there's the wines I can give you with the lunch, and any special requests. So every day at breakfast they give you this menu. Okay, so I just want to mention now, another aspect of staying here is how the meals and that work. When you get your lunch, like I showed with the lunch basket and everything, you get given this little pouch, right? And inside is your dinner menu. And here's an example of what we have this evening. So it's minestrone soup. There's your starter. And then what you do is you just tick off what you want. And then over there, if you're going on the game drive, they give you a complimentary drink. You fill in what the drink is that you would like to have. You pop it back into the pouch, and then drop it off at reception before 4 o'clock. Right, so just leaving the chalet here, and I'll show you, it's very nice. They give you privacy screens between the chalets, and that's number 4 down there. So they're a fair distance away from each other, which is really nice. So carrying on along our platform, I will take you up to the lodge and we'll have a look at the interior. Now I'm getting closer to the lodge. This is the dining room. There's the pond. Now when it rains, they seat everybody indoors here and not in the boma, purely because of the weather. So they're long tables, and each table is because there are 2 vehicles that are used on a regular basis, which means 2 rangers, 2 groups of people. In the morning, on these tables, they serve a cold continental buffet breakfast, and then you order your hot breakfast from one of the staff members. I'll just pan round, and there, that shows you the seating arrangements for breakfast and the evenings that you can't be outdoors. Now continuing down, the furniture is lovely and comfortable and beautifully arranged and decorated. So they have a freestanding fireplace, but because we're here in summer, we haven't seen it on, of course, because it's been too hot. But I can imagine in winter how wonderful and cozy it must be in here. High tea in the afternoon and coffee in the morning is served here. There's a fridge, you can help yourself to bottles of cold water. This is the second seating area. With beautiful thatched ceiling. At night it's very, very pretty in here. Now I mentioned earlier there's so many sitting areas. Here's one on the side. You look straight onto the bush and a wonderful view of Leopard Mountain. Here we go. The wonderful thing about this lodge is how well designed it is, because it's modern. They've utilized the view And 9 times out of 10 there's always a lovely breeze. So this is off the front deck of the lodge. There's the riverbed. The view is incredible. This is the other seating area on the veranda. And this is chalet number 1. Now if you have difficulty walking, this is the one closest to the reception. However, as you can see, it is also the least private. But that is their view, which is beautiful. Right, I'm walking now from the dining room down to the kitchen and the reception. They've received quite a few awards for their lodge and their food, etc., which is wonderful. Now through here, if the weather is good, they set up the boma. And it's lovely. They do the lanterns, the fire, and set all the tables. And it's very romantic. You're under the stars. Now what the daily routine is here at Leopard Mountain Lodge is that you wake up at 5 in the morning, then you go up to the lodge for coffee, and once you've had your coffee, the game drive leaves at 5:30 in the morning. You then go on your drive for 3.5 hours. You get back to the lodge at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then you have breakfast straight away, which I told you is a sort of cold continental and fruit and everything. And then you can order a fantastic hot breakfast. It's really very, very good. Then they give you your lunch menu, and you fill that in. Once you've had breakfast, the ranger will then come and ask you, would you like to do an activity after breakfast? So your choice is to go to the hide for an hour, and which is by a waterhole, and you spend time hopefully seeing some animals come down to the waterhole. Or you can go on the elephant interaction adventure thing, which is an additional cost, but we've heard that is very, very good, and you actually get to touch the inside of an elephant's mouth and feel its tongue and everything, and they say it's quite wonderful to see them. It's rescued elephants that have been orphaned or something terrible's happened to them, and they've now been given a second chance and a little bit of a sanctuary to live. So there's that. Then there's a village experience you can do. You go to a traditional Zulu village where you can drink African beer called jabuku, and you can watch them dancing and stuff. Now, we didn't do that, but we had some people tell us that they went on it and learnt all about the African rural life that used to be here in South Africa. Then you come back to your room and you have, now all of it's a choice. You don't have to do it. It's if you wish to. And then you come back to your room and rest a bit, 4 o'clock, meet for high tea up at the top of the lodge. 4:30 off on the evening drive. Now on the evening drive they usually stop at sunset, and you have your sundowner, and then the rest of the evening drive with a spotlight, and then back to the lodge, straight to dinner, and that's about between 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening. And then after dinner they give you a bush taxi back to your room. You get back about 10:30 is an average, and then it starts all over again the next day. So that seems to be the routine.
Hi, just to give you some background, my wife and I have been going to game parks and on game drives for about 20 years, from basic government camps to luxury and super luxury. So I think we have a pretty good idea of what we're talking about here. In addition, just so you know, everything in here is personal opinion, and it's all based on a 14-night stay here at Leopard Mountain. For 14 nights, this is the wildlife we've seen. We've seen rhino practically every day, which is great. We've seen lion and buffalo every 2 to 3 days, which is very nice too. Now remember, the typical foreign visitor coming here is only here for 2 to 3 nights. So at the end of this, I'll tell you what you can expect to see in 2 to 3 days. Elephant in 14 nights, 15 days, we've seen twice. So far, if you're here for 2 to 3 nights, you're probably going to see rhino. And if you're lucky, you'll see lion and buffalo. It is highly unlikely that you will see elephants in a 2 to 3 night stay. And last but not least, leopards. You won't see leopard here. The rangers have not seen leopard in months. And talking about leopard, that's where we get to the ugly, of the good, the bad, and the ugly. In our opinion, the whole focus of Leopard Mountain Lodge on leopards, and even the name, in our opinion, is just one big hoax. There are no leopard here. They haven't been seen for months. Have a look at the Leopard Mountain Facebook page. You will see very rarely any mention of leopard sightings, even though they post every couple of days. So Leopard Mountain, in our opinion, should be renamed as Lion Lodge or whatever you want, but don't come here expecting to see leopard. We booked 14 nights, a record, don't forget, because looking at the marketing on the website and the brochures, everything is leopards. Wild dog, cheetah. We booked 14 nights because those are 3 animals we really wanted to see. Remember, we've been doing this for 20 years, and from their website and the brochure, it's just 2 pictures of leopard, beautiful picture of leopard, which doesn't exist, 2 pictures of wild dogs. You know, good luck trying to find any wild dog. In this park of 23,000 hectares, they have, according to the information, 2 wild dogs. So, in our opinion, this marketing of Leopard Mountain with leopards, wild dogs, are really, in our opinion, just not true. It's a hoax. Okay, so on day 7, halfway through our stay here, we have the good opportunity to meet with Ryan Vivier, who's the owner of Leopard Mountain. And we told him that, look, we're so happy with the accommodation. Your people are the best people we've seen, so helpful, lovely, friendly people. But we said, there is one problem we have, and that is that based on the marketing we've seen on your website and all the Big 5 and leopard stuff, we haven't seen any leopard. So we feel, Ryan, that we've been deceived. So the first thing he said was, well, we need to put more pressure on the rangers because they will find you the leopard. And of course, that's not going to help if there are no leopards. So I think we can discount that. The second thing is, we will make sure you see cheetah, which is great. But the fact is that it's leopard that is the main focus of all their marketing, and everything we've seen so far tells us there is no leopard at Leopard Mountain. So the funny thing that happened during that conversation was that my wife said to Ryan, we would like to see the leopard in your marketing. Speaking generally, of course, where's the leopard in your marketing? So Ryan said to us, well, that one's dead. Which is quite an answer, very literal. So, of course, the funny thing that comes to mind is that, well, you mean there was one leopard on Leopard Mountain and now it's dead, so we're not going to see any leopard, It was quite funny, but apart from that misunderstanding, it felt to me that, and it was my opinion, that he knew there was no leopard, so we'll make sure you see cheetah instead, which leads me to the whole leopard focus, and in fact the name of Leopard Mountain, and that is, it's all about the leopard. Now, speaking to the staff, it's very difficult to pin down when the last sighting was, but based on multiple conversations with many different people that work here, basically there hasn't been a leopard sighting in months. So from our point of view and in our opinion, there are no leopard on Leopard Mountain. And so when we talk about deceptive marketing and the fact that we feel deceived, we really do feel we've been deceived, because we came to see leopard and wild dog, etc. And there is absolutely no chance of seeing either of those here.
Well, good morning. This is our 14th day, and the last morning we're going to wake up to this beautiful view, and it's going to be another wonderful day at beautiful Leopard Mountain Lodge. I hope you enjoyed the video and understood me clearly enough. I do have asthma, so I hope I was clear and you all enjoyed the video. Anyway, take care and happy travels. Bye-bye.